you need to say. Say what you need to say. Say what you need to say. Say what you need to say. Have no fear for giving in. Have no fear for giving over. You better know that in the end it's better to say too much than never to say what you need to say.
Good evening, this is Prime Time with Independent Thinkers, streaming from the great studio Love 97. Oh boy, what a Thursday. Tonight our banner sponsor, the City of Hope. That's the research group from the Americas. The City of Hope, the cancer researching group from Americas. Nagico Insurance. Listen, all your insurance need, marine, residential, commercial, industrial, health, whatever you need in insurance. Nagico on Marquis Street, right next door to the Salvation Army. When you're coming from the bridge and you come across Shirley Street, as soon as you pass Salvation Army, it's on the left, right next door to the Salvation Army. Nagico Insurance, that's the leading insurance company in the Bahamas. Global Insurance, there is a subsidiary of Nagico. That's Tain and Crew out Sandy Port for all your insurance need. All your insurance need. Go and visit them. Their numbers are 601-0006, 601-0006. Winton Barbershop on Infantry Road. Listen, you're looking for a perfect cut. You want a cut that could show you, give you a different look. Listen, try Winton Barbershop. I know plenty of barbershops in this town. Try Winton Barbershop on Infantry Road. That's the road right opposite the Magistrate Court on Nassau Street. The first building on the left, you see it, the green and white 2-story building. You'll see a barber sign. Go there and visit Winton and tell me you heard his ad on Prime Time at Independent Tinker. Judy's Bread Shop. That's the bread from the pan to your hand. This ain't no bread we have to ship and be, package and ship and bake and tested by immigration, pushed by custom. Listen, Judy's Bread Shop, freshly baked. You could smell it as a bacon and when it's done, while the steam is still coming from it. Out of the pot. In the she's on East Street, right after you pass the Windsor Park, Windsor Lane, Windsor Park. You could smell the bread. Let's follow the scent straight to the bakery. Freshly baked. Tonight, a good friend of mine, a mentor for years, he was under the Defense Force at the time when I get to know him. And he's in studio, and he's not only that, he's from Andros, he's from Mars Bay, I'm from Lake Creek. He's got to pass me to go home. A good friend, Mr. Glenn Bain, is in studio with me. A former, what your position was? Lieutenant Commander of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force. And he's in studio with me tonight. And we're going to do some chit-chatting about the Marine and what's happening in the sea life and the schools and the BME and politics and issues that concerns the Bahamian people. He's not a political person, but he have a view, he have an opinion of what he'll do or what he should do or what he thinks should happen. You don't have nothing to do with the PLP or FNM. I's the one who like politics. Yeah, but he'll have a view. He can have a view also on, because he's a Bahamian, a great Bahamian, a concerned Bahamian, and a Bahamian, I guarantee you meet him, you will love him. Good evening, Mr. Glenn Bain. How you doing?
Good evening, Bahamas. Good evening, Brother Marlon. Thank you so much for having me accompany you.
Yes, sir.
I always look forward to times like this because you're my mentor when it comes to talk show.
Yes, sir.
You grab my hand and drag me along and show me the ropes. So
yes, sir.
I thank you for that. And I always be thanking you for that.
You man, you straggling it along and you're doing well.
Thank you so much,
I speak with me quoting things that you say.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, everybody say, man, you get the man who's talking about the immigration, you get the man who's talking about BME, who's talking about this, who's talking about that. He's a very talented fella. I said, man, he's well trained. You trained in England, eh?
But you didn't tell him I left from Best.
You didn't tell me a school in England.
That's when I got my BTE. The only degree I ever had. BTE degree. Been to England.
Yeah, BTE. BTE, yes, guess that. Yeah, so tonight we're in for a treat. We have a show here every Tuesday nights at 11:97, 5 o'clock. And listen, so you stranger to talk radio. Don't be scared to ask him no question. Listen. Put it to him, 326-8255, 326-8255, 322-5477. But I want to start the show by asking him some things about the BME. the BMA. No, before I go to the BMA, I want to talk about the LJM school. I think it's a good idea, right? I think it's LJM.
LJM.
Yeah, LJM school on Coral World. I know if Bahamians remember the old Coral Island, the old Coral, where the Coral World used to be. They had a white tower where you used to go and see the fish. When you go in the back of Hawaii, you used to go over a little bridge, and it's a little pretty little island there with a nice little beach, what's adjacent to the water breaker that slows down those big waves when the weather bad. But it's a marine school. So if you're like house school, plenty of children graduated. And a couple of weeks ago, some days ago, they graduated. They want to go into the marine sector, employment sector. It's a good idea. If you don't see it and you like boats, that school could help you get on ships where you travel around the world. Mr. Ben, say some things what you know about the LGM school, so people's questions. Can I give them a free advertisement? I don't mind. Because it's a very good idea.
They deserve it.
And Mr. Lowell Motamore, he's a talented
proprietor.
Yeah, he's a proprietor.
And
he's
really
a great
vision.
baby.
It's really
great lawyer.
Yeah, it's vision because that school, that's a result of some $30 million off the bat.
Right.
Just to get that to where it was.
Right.
Before they first opened the doors.
Right.
So they have a lot of equipment, like you could do your bridge watch keeping because they have like what you call radar rooms. Then you're in the room, you feel like you're on the bridge of a ship. You haven't been to.
I never been
to tour.
Yeah, I never been to tour.
From the engineering side,
they have a simulator and stuff.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. That video simulated like you're on the bridge of a ship. And that's not the only one, but that's the only one in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
And what happens is you got countries like the Philippines, countries like India, Ukraine before it was being bombarded. These countries would prepare seafarers for the international fleet, right? Philippines alone had about 15 to 20% of the seafarers worldwide. And they prepared their people to go to sea on contracts to service those ships.
Right.
We in the Bahamas, we're very small compared to those type countries. And they have what you call a public-private relationship with the maritime institution. Now, the largest maritime institution and the most formal one we have would be LJM.
Okay.
So from the time that was built, in my opinion, that should have been built as a public-private partnership with the BMA and LJM.
Right.
And the BMA has, by law, they're obligated in their act to create and expand opportunities for Bahamians in the maritime field.
But that ain't started yet.
What ain't started yet?
With BMA creating this opportunity.
No, they're not doing it. That's my point.
Yeah, so
it's an opportunity for them to start doing it. Right? And
all they do is tie it in because the school in there.
Just like
I pass the school up and down when I'm on the tugboat, passing up and down, so I could see everything on the outside. Yeah. I never been inside. It appears that they have a nice makeshift firefighting boat that is on the land.
Yeah.
But
you're trying to set up, but all these things cost a lot of money.
Right.
Plus, you need the volume. You see, in this country, we don't focus enough on making preparations and having Bahamians by volume go and do things, because these are jobs, right? They were focusing primarily on officers. Now, in the worldwide fleet, only 10% are officers. But that 90%, the ratings, the able seamen and the wipers and the oilers and the engine room, that's where most of the employers are.
Right.
And this institution, well, not of any fault by their own, was really not focusing on the rating side of things. And not only that, when you complete your training at LJM, you need to get that link to get a job on a ship. You now have the certification. And a Bahamian certified as a naval seaman compared to a Filipino qualified as a naval seaman. It's like night and day, because the Bahamian talks, he speaks good English already. Bahamians could be just as tough and just as intelligent as the Filipinos. As
more intelligent.
So my thing is, why is it that we not, because people have come to my office and told me, Captain Bain, I did the training, They did the 2 or 3 years with the Maritime Institution, the one that Dudley Martinborough and them did it, the Cadet Corps, the Maritime Cadet Corps. From in school, they were brought into the fold as you have maritime opportunities out there. And some of them actually went to Canada to certify themselves as a rating ready to be deployed to sea. And when they came back home, they couldn't find a way to get on board none of those international ships. There was nobody holding their hand and say, come I can find you a job on the ship. Come I can find you a job on that ship. Because even the institute we have here as a crewing agency, the name is, what's the name again? Aquamarine. They were very limited in the spaces they had on Dockendale ships, which is basically, what's the name? They converted to some maritime, but it started out as Dockendale shipping, right? I can't recall.
You're talking about Campbell shipping.
Campbell shipping.
Campbell shipping is
right?
it's a world-renowned.
It's a world-renowned. They had
yeah.
like 14 to 16 ships,
Yeah.
right? And these were the ships that they were feeding the people from LJM, because obviously Mr. Mortimer had a link.
Yeah, I think
He's the provider of that.
Right.
But they were only able to provide berthing for so many of them. And a lot of them coming in, because they were not trained at LJM or they were not, they couldn't even get a job. They couldn't imagine. And there was no way, nobody, the BMA was nowhere to shake hands with the ship owners because, we got like over 1,600 ships on our flag. So the BMA is in bed with ship owners all the time. It's like,
but
a big deal.
Yeah, but Mr. Bain, for years, right? You get limited information, a piece of information like that in reference to BMA, right? And you start off your conversation by saying that under the act that governs the BMA, they're supposed to create avenues and opportunities for Bahamians. You start off by saying, and I keep on, and because successive governments don't want to implement the Freedom of Information Act, you don't even have access to information on a yearly basis from the BMA to really understand and see for yourself if it makes sense continuing, because the government have a budget under the, I think, Ministry of Transport or the port that the BMA is paid from.
The BMA generate their own revenue. As a matter of fact, the BMA gives the government a couple $1 million every year after they done pay, because they're not supposed to be working for profit. They are quasi-government.
Quasi,
right?
okay.
Whatever profit they make supposed to go back to the treasury at the end of the year when they done pay all.
Yeah, but I hasn't heard the government table, nothing that the BMA, that they collect any profit for the last 20 years.
Well, the thing is, before the money goes to the government, the BMA should spend what they need to spend to keep things going based on their obligations.
Right, but they spending all the money they make, because I hasn't heard. It may happen, and someone could call and correct me. I hasn't heard in the last 25 years nothing that the BMA has made 3 million, 5 million, 2 million, 1 million profit, so that the government could get some reimbursement, because we just paying all these high rent. Inside, we're in England, right?
No, but
where's the BMA located?
In London.
In London.
Yeah.
We paying all this high rent, right? There's high rent for these people, Peter Galandi and things like that. They're here by their name for years.
Yeah.
And you wonder, what is the benefit for us? Just to say that the ship carrying the name and we don't make no money, it don't make no sense.
Well, the ship
because it's a responsibility when your country name is on the ship.
Right.
If that ship becomes a violation, your country could be tarnished internationally.
Well, your country gets a bad name.
Right. But if we benefit, why we still allow? Why the BMA can't be Nassau?
But your country name is out there,
I know, but why is the BMA?
Bad publicity.
Why we spending all this money in rent for renting office?
No.
Paying for the people that board, living in all kind of expenses. They drive all kind of nonsense, right? Why
There's no need for the BMA to be based in London.
I just said that.
The fact that they're based in London, and I put a position paper forward on that they're based in London, is costing us a lot of money, number one, right? Secondly, the BMA, quite technically, is responsible for anything outside of SOLAS, like our small vessels, our mail boats, They're responsible for ensuring that all of those vessels have what you call a local safety certificate. And to get that local safety certificate, they all need to be surveyed. The Port Department don't know nothing about no surveying no boats.
No, some of
The
them
BMA expertise. No, they don't. They know about inspecting boats. They don't know about surveying boats.
Oh, surveying.
I work for the Port Department.
Yeah. You used to be
I
the deputy controller over
I
there.
used to be the deputy controller for
Yeah.
So I
Right.
can tell you there's nobody there that really survey, or they not, there's nowhere in the law where they require to survey a boat. But the BMA is always dealing with boat surveys. So that office that they have in London was to be in Nassau with that hub of technical experts.
They can be useful. They be very useful.
They could be doing what they're supposed
But
to
they
be
don't have to
doing.
be in London for. Listen, the internet has created one of the greatest advantages of human beings in the history of existence. The internet.
even
you don't have to be in London for about London to get registered.
That's
You can do
right.
it online. You don't have to come here. You can do it through Zoom. You can do all kinds of ways.
Absolutely.
Right? So why are we still paying millions of dollars, right? To just fund this very useful organization that could be very useful to the country. I mean, just these people them living far dog over there. You
That's
send them over there, they live better than they ever lived in their entire life.
That question you're asking is the biggest question of the day. Why is the BMA still based in London?
I don't understand
It's a
it.
bit more than 20
And I
years
don't
ago
know
it's been back here.
That's woman.
Because you remember it started out here, you know.
So why they moved to London?
They
Because people
moved to
London.
London when they became an authority. Because, of course, they had the British people running it, and we had no Bahamians with the expertise to set it up.
But that's years ago.
That was years ago.
And Bahamians, you have Bahamians right now who have master's degree in and maritime and this and that.
Well, the Bahamian who run, the person who running it now is a Bahamian.
And
Dwayne Hutchison is a Bahamian.
Right.
The Foxhill boy.
so why we have it in London? I mean, we paying all these people over there, paying, you gotta pay, they turn, they need to school them, the wife need this and that. Now listen, why is it that in 2024 that we still allowing that to function over there? Set up office here, get a piece of property, build a building, and say, listen, the plane coming for all the files.
Everything.
Right, and bring it. Bahamas I can fly to London.
Most of them electronic anyway, so once we got to bring
Right.
it, it'll be that much.
It can be that much.
Right? But they are fully electronic.
I tell you, I mean, some things have changed, you know. I mean, see,
But the government have to want to do that. And
But some- no, but I tell you
I'm
that-
not talking about no particular administration. I said the
it's
government.
excessive. Yeah, the government as a
Government
government.
has to want that to happen.
But see, I think because we are limited on information.
Now, I'm not sure the government is limited on it.
No, I said the government is limited. I said because persons are limited in information. Who advises the government might understand that don't need to be in England. They may understand that.
Well, who these people is who can advise the government and don't understand that? You wouldn't be advising them on maritime if you don't understand that. I mean, there are other flag administrations that are not in London, right? They're in their own hometown. Why? There's no need for this in this day and time, like you said, with technology the way that it is. And the thing about it is, a lot of these ships are being registered by way of the London office. And when they do that, the lawyers that is involved with that registration process are British lawyers. But if they come to Nassau to have their base, or Freeport to have their base,
They'll be behaving like
Use them-
behaving companies to make money.
Exactly.
And I don't understand, right? And you just try to figure, because I don't think that, honestly, I don't think politicians understand that.
no,
honestly.
I can
No,
tell
seriously.
you that politicians do.
They can't.
No, I have had
Because
this,
it don't make no
I have
sense.
had this discussion with some politicians, and I can assure
And
you
when they tell you
that they do.
why they don't wow for that to come back,
And
why
they saying that's something they looking into, but they don't. Politicians saying give you no straight up answer. That's something they're looking into. That's what they always say. But there are some influence.
Well, let me tell you
There
something.
are some influence.
During the pandemic, Mr. Bain,
Right.
I was doing some things on the Bahamas bike, and I spot a few amount of ships off the hens and chicken, right?
Great Isaac Sanders.
Great Isaac, right? And they was moored because they was
What type of
moving
ships?
cruise ships.
Oh yeah.
They was anchored
all over.
They was anchored all around it. So the problem is, right? The damage that they could do. So the BMA is supposed to be responsible for that, right?
What damage?
But then the anchors on the reef, they pumping sewage. Them ships was in.
Yeah, but-
they were there for months.
But you know that.
They're changing crude oil.
Yeah, but that particular area you're talking about off Great Isaacs. You know, tankers was doing that from the time I was in the Defense Force. There'd be a bunch of tankers always anchored. When they have to wait their turn to go in the free, but that's where they go and anchor. So this isn't nothing new. And those
So who supervise?
there.
Who supervise and monitor that?
You don't have to supervise and monitor that. You first of all need to put in your law where a ship can't anchor in the area. That's the open sea. Ships are designed to anchor. So you need to put in your law certain areas in your harbor and in your country where ships are not allowed to drop the anchor. And until you do that, you can't stop a ship from dropping anchor nowhere in the Bahamas. That have to be legal. They have to be breaking your law. And those cruise ships, when they did that, remember now, this is during the COVID time.
Yeah.
Right? They had no passengers on board.
No.
Cruise ships were not making a dime for 2 years. But they had to pay because that ship generator had to run, that ship needed fuel, that ship had to be crewed. They were only spending money. Now these same cruise ships, most of them are now coming to Nassau and causing us to make money, helping us to make money. Right? So I think in the Bahamas we got to look at it from two ends, you know. What do you expect the cruise ship owner to do?
No, see what I'm saying. Listen, see, I want.
So what you?
I don't want it to come off. I don't want it to come off where we trying to bash the ship.
Yeah, but I mean, what is wrong
I
with
gotta be
the
respond, but I'm saying I'm trying to get the part I was trying to get is where the BMA could have come into play in monitoring those ships that they they're not pumping sewage.
No. A cruise ship has a sewage treatment plant on board, and if they have no passengers, they don't have much to go through that plant. Cruise ships don't have to dump sewage.
They ain't dumping it now. I watch it. I take pictures and send it.
What you call sewage may not be sewage.
What do you mean?
No, they don't have cruise ships have no need to dump sewage. That may have been some
wastewater with sewage. Sewage, wastewater.
Okay.
I watch that by own. I take picture of that and I call Harbor Control. I tell them to please write it down their diary.
And
at the time, one of the major cruise lines.
Okay.
I think this ain't what happened this week or last week.
I can't tell
a couple years ago.
I can't tell you what you. Oh, not recently.
No,
because you know I used to inspect cruise ships.
Yeah, but I'm saying
part of my job at inspecting a cruise
they
ship
go back to
check their logs for their wastewater, their log for their oily water separator, their log for their sewage treatment plant, their logs on the bridge. I know what it is to go through a full ship inspection.
Man, history will tell you, and you go back. If you go back, Mr. Bain, to some articles,
right?
A few times, Port of Ski Dock had to shut down because when the tide flowing in, when they's pumping sewage by Prince George Dock on them ship, it's to come down and cause outbreak down at Port of Ski Dock.
Well, now remember,
I asked it. I can tell you that.
But I want you to remember the conch outbreak normally happen because of the sewage treatment plant we have right there on Malcolm Bar.
Right.
That's
but
a few of the time.
A few of the time it happened because the sewage was pumping the sewage and the tide coming in with the flow tide.
The tide goes to the east.
It's right. And it bring the sewage right up.
Well, it'll bring whatever come with it.
Right. I'll tell you.
Right. It'll bring whatever come with it.
Right. So.
And you got to remember.
That's what I was asking you. The BMA.
You got to remember too.
Okay.
We used to have a lot of sailboats anchoring between Prince George Walk and Porter's Key, right off John Alfred Dock and everything.
But so who monitored that? I mean, who? That's what I was asking you. See, the cruise ship is on it for a little long because they are big, and if they dump sewage, it can be plenty sewage. So that's why we maybe stay on that too long. But it ain't only them. You have sailboat cruisers who go from island to island, who island hopping, who do people who live on the boat and stuff like that, and they anchor and they moored, especially during the winter time. We have more than usual anchorage. And who monitor them that hey, your sewage valve is locked. It has a custom.
You have a law saying they're supposed to do that. First of all, you got to remember.
That's what's the purpose of the BMA? What?
Right. Every boat at Porter's Key, all your mail boats, all your fishing boats. You know when they flush the toilet where it's go?
They're supposed to have a hole in tank.
But do you know where this go? Who said they're supposed to have a hole in tank?
The law ain't that.
No. I mean, none of them even designed. The Defense Force boat ain't have all of them, maybe the big ones. When I was on the Defense Force boat, when we flush our toilet, where you think it used to go?
Wow.
So
what's the
let's
purpose of the
clean-
BMA though?
let's
The
clean
BMA is
out-
supposed to make sure.
The BMA is supposed to make sure those boats are operating safe and they're not polluting the environment. But
They're not polluting.
what I'm saying to you is, even in the big USA and Britain and all the rest of them, all those little small yachts and they don't have holding tanks. They're all litter the water and pollute the water with sewage. But you need to know that. Because we're looking at cruise ships now, but yet on a daily basis, we got toilets flushing in our harbor every day. Straight into the sea.
Wow. Well, that cost me taking my first commercial break and come back. We'll continue my conversation with my great friend, mentor, a former lieutenant commander from the Defense Force, Mr. Glenn Bean. He's in the chair. Listen, tonight, you will get it after the break.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
Shop Super Value and Quality Supermarkets this Independence for great specials like Rainbow Corned Beef, 12 ounce, $2.15. Hunt's Ketchup, 32 ounce, $2.99. Whole Chicken Wings, $1.89 per pound. Case price, $52.99. Idaho Potatoes, 5-pound bag, $3.99. Sunday Delight Smooth or Tangy, 64 ounce, 2 for $5. Happy Independence from Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Take all of your wasted honor, every little past frustration. Take all of your so-called problems, better put them in quotations. Say what you need to say, say what you need to say. Say what you need to say, say what you need to say, say what you need to say, say what you
Average
need
Virtual
to
Love Nation,
say,
Mr. Prime Diamond Independent Nigga.
say
In
what
the
you
chair.
need to say.
Former Lieutenant Commander, Mr. Glenn Bean, who has a show every Tuesday at 5 o'clock at the same station. He's sitting in the same chair in Maritime Matters. So if you going to buy a boat, if you planning on keeping your boat and you interested in considering, listen, tune in every Tuesday evening, 5 o'clock, Maritime Matters. Get some understanding so you can handle your boat properly. Because based on the speculation information that the accident would happen during the holiday, they said the fellow said was going Andres. There's only allegations or information that he's going Andres, but they hit Rose Island. So they can't be going Andres if you hit Rose Island. Not if you leave from Nassau.
I think they said
See,
that was going to Lutra. There was two different situations.
two different money.
Yeah.
Okay. But that can happen if he's going Lucha.
Yeah, you know. You
See, the people don't understand. Everybody is captain till dark fall. That's when you know if you're captain. When dark fall. I been a captain now from 1999. Right? I get my master's license, right? And you was feeling so good and honcho while you running any boat. When I used to run yachts, when I used to run mail boat, when I used to run barge and thing, you feel good in the daytime. When you see dark fall and every look the same and you can't see far than the bow, that's when you that's when the real test is come. Now, before the break, you said that how the BMA, right? But we done finished that the BMA need to move. They need to put no sub-officer.
No, the
headquarters need to be up.
The headquarters.
Right? Need to be in the Bahamas. Because
Now
with technology, you don't need to be in London. All that's a waste of money. So all the money they're making, and my humble opinion, there's no report from the government. They finding ways to spend the money back out there. That's what it means. Because if the government ain't getting nothing, it ain't make no sense.
I agree.
That's what I say. Right? That's me.
Yeah. More money can be saved if they come to Nassau.
That all the money.
Yeah, plenty money.
Only a plenty salary. Because you own whom? Right. So the government need to look at that. And, Plenty persons was troubled. I sent some pictures out during the pandemic, right? About all them ships was anchored off there.
Yeah.
I sent some pictures out personally.
That's fine.
Out, right? And that's so people can understand what's happening in the country when they are unable to move, right? And
But there are cruise ships now. We need them.
no, I'm not saying we
We
stop the
can't,
cruise
we
ship.
can't get on them. There ain't
Listen,
nothing wrong. That's
listen to me.
when all them times
Listen to me.
we don't say nothing.
Listen to me. Bahamians need to understand. I mean, persons make money from the cruise ship. You know, you got some Jamaican companies in this in Nassau right now who make good money from hauling the sewage from the cruise ship. You know, who make good money from that.
From hauling sewage.
So yeah, the sewage, yeah, the cruise ship that was pumping there. They get some long tanks, was pulled by tractor heads, by trailer heads, and there's all sorts of Prince George for
They
years.
do that often. They still doing that.
Yeah, I know they're still doing it, but I know when I used to.
When I was a pilot, I never see them do
I can
that.
tell you now, I just stopped doing fenders, the cruise ship fenders, repair the cruise ship fenders on Prince George Yacht.
Right.
For years, right? And before they take it and give it to, before the FNM take it from me, and give it to some other white boys, right? Listen to me. Some Jamaican trucks had like Banton trucking or sewage control or something like Banton, Jamaican fella. They used to come out there and they used to pump the sewage or some of the, not all, or they said who hired them, and throw the sewage off to the sewage plant by the dump, right? So that was a good operation.
Yeah.
So people was making beams, people in the Bahamas making money, right? So plenty of persons believe that when the cruise ship go out to all those other countries and they stop it before they go to the States, they offload the garbage, they offload the sewage, and I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with it. Because if you put a system in place, then they make money of it. The government get their tax from it,
Definitely.
right? The government get their tax.
That's business,
Company,
yeah.
that's business, right? They got to stop somewhere.
Yeah.
And you know, if you put them where they can't dump it, there, they may find some place where they can stop it and they ain't gonna come here at all. And if you get $25 a head for tourists, you got to understand that some things got to happen. You understand? And I feel, honestly, that if the BMA were to come here, we could put a very systematic control mechanism in place where we could really attract well-oiled run shipping companies here. Because when they see that we're on the ball, they're in London. When the Sea Hall had the accident, right? The Sea Hall and United Star, United Spirit, United Star, when they had that accident,
Yeah.
the BMA had to come, send people here.
No.
So the BMA, so who investigated the accident?
Me.
Oh, you did the investigation.
I was the port state inspector.
You support things, right?
I was the port state inspector waiting for the BMA at the time.
Oh, you working for the BMA at
I
the
used to
time?
inspect ships for 3 years. That's what.
So hold on, and the investigation's over that.
Yeah, I did the preliminary inquiry
Oh, put it out.
into that.
No, when I asked you that, I asked one time you was limited to see what your findings was.
Yeah. No, but I came up with all the findings that went to, well, you know, Glennis Anamaran, Mrs. Glennis Anamaran.
Honorable
The Honorable
Glennis
Minister
Anamaran.
Glennis Anamaran. She
Yeah.
was the Minister of Transport at the time.
Right.
So she decided she'd get me to spare that. Actually, that was a holiday weekend. And
Yeah,
I was at Abaco.
they usually
So I had to come
August
in-
August
Monday.
thing.
I
Yeah.
had to come in from Abaco on the next flight out to get, it was myself, Brent Williamson, Cyril Roca. A couple of us, we actually did the preliminary inquiry into the incident. Everybody came in, they were interviewed, we did all our reports.
So BMA, we didn't send no one here.
No, BMA had me, they didn't send nobody
Oh,
else.
yeah, okay. I understand what you're saying. I know. So why I was trying to see, because, and you're finding never find that the boat was overloaded or something. No, you never find
It
that.
had nothing to do with overloading, no.
No.
The finding basically
Human error.
They wasn't doing a proper watch. It was somebody
Human
probably
error.
sleep. Human error, yeah, all of it.
No, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, I mean that's why I asked you if you was limited because I never really did no research on it to
Right.
find out what the findings were.
Yeah.
That's why I asked you if you was limited to see if the investigation ain't finished.
No,
Concluded.
they well, I can publicize what the findings were
Right.
because it was only an inquiry.
Right.
And if people wanted to make it a court matter, then you can't just publicize everything you find in the inquiry.
Yeah.
So the inquiry was passed on to the government, and then the REC commission came out as a result of my inquiry.
Okay.
That's when they really got the lawyers and all it was a more formal, and all those people had to come in all over again and do everything they did, etc. And the findings came out basically almost the same as what I found.
Yeah. Yeah, human error.
And again,
But
it comes down to the BMA not having in place a local safety certificate, because that local safety certificate would have verified that the persons on watch would have been properly qualified to be doing watch,
right.
and all the rest of that stuff,
I mean,
even on the mailboat.
Yeah, I can see what happened
Because-
is,
because
right?
you know how it is.
But I can tell you, I'm not talking about the sea oiler and
Yeah, that particular situation.
I don't know about the situation. But my experience by being a captain, and I don't know that by being a mate.
Yeah.
I was a mate on boats before I became while I was a captain in training. I was a mate. And one of the biggest problem is that the same crew that loading the boat, that maintains the boat, is the same crew that hold a watch in the night. So that's why your body tired.
Yeah.
So your body tired because you don't wait your 8-hour shift. Then you got to hold a 3 or 4 hour watch, right? And when I was on the Cavalier 1, Captain Black, he like take that shift from 6 to 12.
You know, that's one of the greatest captains we had, eh? Captain Black is what, about 81 years old now?
He's still a captain.
Yeah, he's still a good captain.
So he's a hat. You make
Well,
like
when they say hat, I'm talking
you going to get
I'm
you
talking about in
going.
the past, hat. Some of them are no longer around, eh?
Yeah, and I was made for him for a short period because I was second mate on the boat. But when the mate go on vacation, Rodney Miller,
Right.
I used to be made for Black, and then when Black on vacation, I had to be made for Miller.
Right.
And you know, you sit into that stand, I mean, you had automatic pilot,
Yeah.
right? So you don't have to steer manually, but you sitting there and you ain't doing nothing. You only watching the ship as it go. Cause we used to haul from West Palm Beach to Turks and Caicos.
You should be doing something, because you should have your child out there doing your dead reckoning, taking the fixes
Man,
to
they
make
don't
sure
let
the
you,
space
you don't
still
be
on.
navigating.
I say
man.
what
They
you
run-
should be doing.
You watch the radar. If anything coming, you watch the ship in the front, any ship crossing, any cruise ship crossing, any boats crossing you. I mean, you can't see the Haitian boat when you ain't got no light on
But
it.
this is
What
the
I'm saying to
reason
you.
why I'm telling you, the practice that we actually have is inadequate.
It gotta be that because
But
you
if
can't
have
put me
to
out of the
come
way.
get a local
Hey,
safety certificate, and
Yeah.
I come to survey your vessel, and I ask for your certification, I will have to check to see your charts. I will know that you ain't doing things properly. So that local safety certificate will cause navigation in the Bahamas day and night to be now be safer.
Yeah, because even if you listen, that graveyard shift from 12 to 6, boy, look young. And then guess what? You see how like this? You got to do that shift because Black ain't doing that. He ain't you that shift, right? And when you do that shift from 12 to 6, you got to get up 8 o'clock and start working.
Well,
You got to get back up. So when you don't even rest.
You got to do cargo, use the bank.
No,
That's
that,
your job.
right. So you will.
You're tired. You're fatigued. Yeah,
You
fatigued.
human.
So you can drop sleep on the radar sometimes.
You drop sleep on the watch, right?
But you shouldn't be on watch by yourself. You should have a lookout.
You before I would look out, he didn't wake 8 hours.
You drop asleep too.
I tell you, when we used to run, when I used to be on the Bimini map, years ago with Harry Sherman and Willie Sanders, right? The late Harry Sherman and Willie
Yeah,
dead,
both of them.
two of them dead. And they had a holding tank for the sewage.
A small one.
Bimini map had the holding tank down in the engine room,
Right.
where when you flush the toilet, go in the tank. It don't come out of the tank until you
Sure.
pump it.
Yeah, you pump it from the truck.
When we reach the States, we used to have to produce a certificate
Showing
from
when
a
you pump it.
sewage company
Yeah.
that we pump it.
But that was part of what I did when I inspected cruise ships. They had to show me these things.
But it ain't from the cruise ship, it was from you had to have
No,
an
listen to what I'm
actual
saying.
company receipt from the
I am
sewage
saying
company.
the cruise ship had to show me their waste oil tank, and that's which company did the pumping, how much did they pump out. I used to get them to get the stick and do a dip of the waste oil tank. These are things to verify. I had to verify that they are accounting for their waste oil. So that's what I'm saying to you. That's what Coast Guard did to Bimini Mac when they went to the States. They verified
Right.
that you was not putting your sewage in the water.
Because we used to
Show
go,
me the
we used to
receipts.
tie up to the barricade dock. We used to
Yeah.
load to the barricade dock. We always just go, and only we go there, reach there that morning 8 o'clock. And we leave midnight. When the
Yeah.
bridge start open back, we head out. Be back at maybe next morning.
So why, if Bimini Mac was doing that, why all the mailboats don't do that to go to the island?
That's what I'm saying. How is it that the mailboats, plain and can't even go to States?
Why?
Because they're not dry docking on time.
Yeah, but
They
why
don't-
aren't they dry docking?
Because the BMA inside London,
because
they don't know
they're
what's
not-
happening in the Bahamas.
Yeah, but they're
They
not
doing their job,
required to
man.
have a local safety certificate that verifies that they're doing these things.
And we call it a local.
Local safety certificate. This is in the Act.
You know right
this is
now-
in the Merchant Shipping Act, you know.
You're right. You know, the emergency shipping act.
Yes.
You know right now.
Mm-hmm.
One of them, well, Maritime Matters, I think it's her, who's asking and requesting that the government fund the school or assist with funding the school.
Well, she
To a grant. Well,
first of all, she wore a hat
as the Minister of Transport, right?
Now she's wearing the hat of Minister of Education.
Right,
See,
so that's
because
still come under.
Because a couple of things have to happen with this school if the government is going to take this on as our maritime institution. In Jamaica, they have the Caribbean Maritime Institution, which their administration shake hands with the private entity, and they actually assist with the funding. They actually audit that facility every year. They have to audit it because the certification system that they have to give have to be properly audited by an administration, and the certificate will be signed off by the BMA. Don't want to do these kind of things. They don't want nothing to do with nothing local in the Bahamas. That's why they want to be in London. That's why they need to be in Nassau.
Watch this. Watch this. Like how you say that just now, right? That ain't bad I would get us on the man, you know. I tell you why. No.
What
I'm
she's
telling you
doing is what
no.
needs to be done.
Right. But she
This should have been done from Jump Street.
Yeah, but she need to go to full thing. Right?
Well, I want you to think the Honorable Glenn Martin is not fully cognizant of all these things when you're talking about.
Well,
Because
I
she
know
and
she's cognizant.
discussed
I know
these
she
things
need to be.
from back then. No, she's cognizant. When
Me tell
she's
you-
Minister of Transport, she and I had discussions on these things.
Also, she should be privy to the
She
information.
knows about.
But
what
she
the
gave with the
BMA
funding.
policy
She
was.
gave with the funding
Yeah,
place.
she's now
But
Minister
she
of
didn't-
Education.
No, but she put the system in place.
No,
so
she-
that when the funding start to flow, that it don't be where the Bahamian people funding something that all right. Let me get an
But they're
example.
making an act right now. They have a bill that will be an act.
No, it's in January. The one where they do in January.
No, they were discussing it in the House this week. The bill, the maritime bill for LJM being an established maritime institution in the Bahamas. And this thing is going to rope the BMA. This is going to be law.
What's this?
So the BMA
what
will be
they
able to get
listen.
rid of more.
So the funding, what the Honorable Glenn Martin is trying to establish into that, right, could come from some. It ain't have to go from the treasury, you know. The Free National Movement, when they give away Prince George to the I straight up. No, I know you don't want me saying cold like that.
No, that's
No,
what
say
I meant. I don't say it, but you not say it.
So, but you said the same thing.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Listen,
Give it away.
Right.
We didn't own it fully, and we can
Listen.
we now only own so much.
the Right Honorable Hubert Alexander Menace, right, and the Free National Movement with Michael Pindar, Honorable Michael Pindar, and all that crew, right, when they give away Prince George to try to believe that they're trying to do a similar thing like what the former Prime Minister Ronald Perry Christie did. They create a 2% between the 49 and 49.
That too, yeah.
Which the Free National Movement trying to play tricky on the Bahamian people, trying to trick the Bahamian people, say it's the Y Foundation, right? 2% from the net of what global holdings make. 49% go to them, 49% go to the government.
And then the 2%.
And the 2% supposed to go to this Y Foundation,
Yeah.
what never ever, I don't know, get a count yet. So the baby may mean, so
that
listen.
2% may not be in a kitty where it's supposed to be.
right. So that Y Foundation should be used as the scholarship grant institution. What the scholarship grant? What I'm saying is, the money from that should be granting so much percentage of scholarship to each government school or private school. Well, each school.
The schools in the Bahamas.
Right, all the schools in the Bahamas. The Y Foundation from the amount
that'd be good.
of money they send, plus the 2% monetary gain that the former Prime Minister Ronald Perry Gladstone Christie did with cable and Watless and the main people.
BTC?
2%. No, BBC,
Oh,
cable
you're
and
on-
Watless.
you're on the cable.
BBC, they get rid of BBC. The Free National Movement get rid of BDC when they didn't have no power and ownership of BDC. Cable and Watless did that. Listen to me. The 2% for that, what they say for monetary gain, to say none of the cameras them will see we can Because all this crime happen in this country, them camera can't be wicked. You understand? They say they can help with the crime and do something. Man, listen, take that same 2%, what they supposed to pay, and the Y Foundation 2%, what the F&M create that conundrum out there with Prince George Dock, when you give away the dock with Balfour BD bill underpinning, the Y do 2% that, take that and fund scholarship with this. You, plenty young people coming, one time ago, there's estimate some 5,000 children every year. If you take a chunk out of that and let them train, plenty of them will be all over the world, and yes, you won't believe it. In a couple of years' time, they'll be on plenty ship. You know, a guy through my corner, 230 Street to Grove, he went to that school,
Which one? LGM?
LGM.
Okay.
And he done tell me, he said, boy, listen, my boy, the word's so sweet. He come back. He done been back, 2 years on some ships, right? And he said, man, I been on one ship, we in this way, we been in China, we been in Norwegian, we been all over,
and we have a
and he enjoys, listen, you
young
listen,
men that could do that.
listen, and you just listen to him, right?
Yeah.
And the way he talking, you can feel that he's so comfortable working on the ship.
And he's so exposed to the world.
Exposed, and he's young,
Yeah.
right?
And that's when you want
And
to
and he's young. And all I say is, boy, I wish plenty of little children could say that just like him. Like, he graduated here, and he go on to school, and they put him on ship, and then he end up working so good, and they just want to take him, this company take him. Now he's running a yacht. Old pilot, a young fella.
Okay.
He running a yacht, and for some people who, when he's on break, he buck, and they love his work ethic. Black, and he running a ship, he running a yacht, and he's running a boat. He be New York, tied up in the harbor, New York, and he's be sending his snap and thing. Right, he enjoying himself, and he making real money.
Making good money, yeah.
Right. That's a great opportunities for these young children, them who coming out of school, play them who don't mind working on the boat, who ain't sure what they
there's no
careers.
reason why we are not doing that for these. Why the opportunities are not there. And not only, when we started up the Bahamas Maritime Cadet Corps, right? Dudley Manberg and myself. Well, it was him, but I was assisting him by going out and doing all the presentations to all the high schools and stuff like that. When we started that out, we didn't know how much students would actually be interested in maritime. I used to go there and tell them how much money the pilot's making and how if you go out to sea on a ship, you might only be making $800 a month. But you could save every dime of that.
Because you eat,
right?
they responsible for your
Eating
food,
free,
your medical, your
uniform
medicine,
free.
your mood. Right.
And if you want to go ashore and buy some beers or something, you can do that. But at the end of the day, when you spend 10 months on that boat, that's at least $6,000 on that one trip, on that one deployment, right? After 3 deployments, you can have $20,000, $25,000 in the bank, and this only 2 years, right? Mm-hmm. So you only about 2021.
Like,
who at age 21 is have all the money in the bank?
Right.
Right?
Not only that,
You
all that travel and exposure.
All that exposure.
You ain't got to pay to travel nowhere.
And then next thing I know, we had like over 200 people. Next thing I know, over 2,000 people just trying to get in that program.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Right?
So
but
why?
now they have dead ends because they come in the program, they get interested in maritime, they go to PEI, Prince Edward Island, and go to the institution, get certified. Some of them go, but they can't find ships. My daughter, I have 2 daughters that went off to maritime school on BMA scholarship. When they come back, that the only ship they can go on is Campbell ships. Nobody helping them to get on ships as officers.
That's what I said when I said that the Honorable Glenasana Martin, right, is another good idea. She's responsible for that idea with the airspace money.
Yeah,
she's a minister,
yes.
right? So there's another good idea that she has. I must give it to her because when she talking fool, I used to deal with her. So when she doing,
I don't know she's talking.
Whoa, listen to me. So when she doing it, I gotta commend her, right? Okay. And it's a good idea.
Yeah.
And plenty young people even ain't aware of that school and the opportunities that comes with that. But the government, progressive government, I think Mr. Key was Peter Key, who's teachers at Basra. Right?
Yeah, he taught.
He was taught a long time, so he come in Pilgrims here. He had to be in here once because he's teaching navigation from years ago.
See, I remember he was a teacher. Yes, he was.
I'm telling you, man. Listen, I passed through his course.
Yeah.
You understand? So I was a product of him.
Okay. So
Right. I wasn't gonna say I walk, you know. I did that when I came from Andres.
So you can do the navigation then?
Me? I can give you the latitude on the way you sit in the stable.
So
Kevin.
you can't take a joke.
326-8255, 326-8255. This is Prime Time Live on Love 97. I have my special guest tonight is a man who teach me. And who said, listen, you will learn navigation. You're still the sea, boy. It's a good feel.
Yeah.
But you gotta work hard, you gotta be disciplined, and you gotta be a hard worker. And boy, I what, a few months from 50.
Yeah, you
I
get
getting ready to get off the scene and leave you
Man,
on
you
they
just
go.
get started, man.
You will leave you on they go. You got another 10 years before you reach 50.
Oh, me?
You.
Boy, I done past 60. That's all I can
326-8255. You're going to be a part of the conversation. My special guest, Mr. Glenn Dean, the former Lieutenant Commander of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force. We're talking maritime. We're talking issues that concern you in the sea life. You planning on buying a boat? If you're planning on, you want your kid, you know, the summertime, or they just graduate and you want them, they sound like they ain't sure what they want to do. The sea life is very, it's a very good field to work in. I think the only two field that to me is better than the sea is being a police or a lawyer, right? No?
Being a police is better than going to sea.
Yeah, man. You got a chance to serve your country, boy. Anytime you could.
So
Listen to me.
you mean a defense force officer?
No, man. It's not what they only deal with them poachers. They deal with only illegal immigrants. Man. Listen, being a police officer, you got to be a defense force officer. You got to be a custom officer. Man, listen, that's the only job in life that you got to be a doctor, you got to be a nurse, you got to do everything. Join a family, you got to be a policeman.
So I joined the wrong force then.
Now you realize it? 326-8255, 325-477.
I might join the police force. I want to get my BTE.
Being into London?
Being to England.
Well,
At a young age, 18.
18.
I was 18 when I went off to train.
You started from that. You started and plus you
What
were
about I joined the police force at 18? I wasn't getting no BTE.
you see people.
The other thing is I'm in no kind of college.
But you might be smart, but you had a brother who was smart just like you and talented. He used to play basketball, football, run, volleyball. He jumped.
But he come up under me. All them things he's doing because of me.
He's a talented fellow.
Yeah, he's very talented. Still talented.
My boy.
Yeah, man.
My boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but listen. On the last week, I was thinking about the BMA. I don't know why. Someone mentioned it, and my mind wanted it because I just feel that the Bahamian people need to retire Peter Jalanji, right? Retire him.
Wait.
Don't bring him back here. He's the Englishman, right?
No.
Bahamian?
No.
He's a foreigner.
Yeah.
All right then. Well,
But ain't no Englishman.
he's a Greek. Greek. I tell you, doing the investigation now.
Yeah.
Doing a little investigation. Ain't no thorough thing, but I just
But
trying
it's
to.
not-
My mind was on it. My mind was on the BMA, right? Because when they had that boat crash, right? The Rose Island. My mind started thinking with the BMA. He have nothing to do with that show. But my mind wanted because they really need to, the government need to bring the officer.
But he doesn't run the BMA, you know.
He's a deputy, eh?
He's a deputy of the board. He don't work for the BMA.
So he wait for.
He work for himself. He have his own.
So
he have
we subbing him out.
No, he's the deputy chairman of the board.
But we still paying him.
Well, I mean, paying me. He might get on the stipend.
No stipend, man. I need sign your own salary. I mean, based on my
No, we
investigation.
don't. But like, man, you talking about the billionaire. Come on, this man don't need no pay.
Oh, so why are we still learning them?
I am just saying to you, right, that he don't work within the BMA. He's a member of the BMA board. They have a chairman who he works under. And they have members who are basically most of them are Bahamians. But they don't know what's going on. Just like the Port Authority board. They don't have people like me or you who understand maritime on these boards.
I will tell you something in the maritime field right now, right?
The maritime field or this country boards?
The country, I won't go, honestly. They ain't got to pay me, but I will go on that board by the Awaki Port, right?
They have a board?
Yeah, man. Awaki Port have a board.
I
Because the
didn't know.
government owned, as far as I know, the government owned 49%.
Yeah, but
And the 21 families own 49%.
yeah, but they can't have a board.
Oh, no, let me correct that. I think the 21 farms have 51%, and the Bahamas, the Bahamian people have 49%.
Which one are you talking about?
Our key board,
APD.
APD.
Oh, okay.
I will get on that board. I wish someone from the government listening, right? And they could call me 37622.
That one was
Listen to me.
40% for the families you're talking about, 40% for the government, and the Bahamians got the next 20%. That's how that split up.
Not really.
I'm telling you.
I'm telling you wrong.
So,
tell you why I tell you
Tell
wrong.
me what it was.
I can tell you right now.
Tell me what it was.
The shares that the Bahamian people bought wasn't even preferred shares.
Yeah, but it was 20%.
Yeah, but it could be 20%, but there was common shares. They ain't value nothing. So that 20% ain't 20% like the shares for the 21 families got.
Yeah. Same thing.
How can be the same thing?
They got 40%, right? And think about it, Marlon. Me and you had this
So you
discussion
said
before.
so what you
discussion
saying
before,
is
right?
what you saying is the people who go and run behind the Free National Movement and buy them stupid shares and then was complaining that they sell the shares back and it didn't make no sense.
Well, I
They're
still
getting
have- I
hundreds
still
of dollars, but
have
they're
some shares that I
$3,500.
bought.
Listen to me. You tell me it makes sense. Because my maths always wrong. Listen to me. They buy a share for $3,500 for the shares. And they get hundreds of dollars a year of the $3,500, right? The 21 families is get a guarantee of 10% on their $1 million every year. Tell me that makes sense.
Well, that guarantee is...
That's part of the contract.
But that's for the entire 100% though.
No. So the people who buy the
100%.
No. Because the people who buy 35% and get guaranteed
The
350.
port is guaranteed, right? That their rates will adjust based on that 100% being able to have that guarantee. That's what the tariffs.
I
the
hear
tariffs,
you. I hear
right?
you. But the shares for the 20% doesn't add up to the 10%. We'll take a second to make this break. I find commercial break. This is prime time and independent thinker.
Yeah,
We come back. We
only 1
will
second.
trash out that 10% because that 21 families. Listen to me. They guarantee on the Free National Movement signed and created an agreement again. Well, the 21 special families would have the shares at our APD, our Port Development. They get $10,000 every year for their $1 million. Minimum for their $1 million.
Yeah.
And it's a clause that the Free National Movement put in there against you all black people. If APD don't make sufficient money to cover the 10%, the Treasury will make up them 21 families' money. We'll take a break. We'll come back after the break.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
The specials to help you celebrate independence are at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Rainbow Chunk Tuna, 5 ounce, 2 for $1.89. Panama Raw Shrimp, 41.50, 12 ounce, $4.99. Fresh Pork, $1.99 per pound. Honey Glow Pineapples, $4.99 each. Super Value Water, 1 gallon, $1.29. Happy Independence from Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Live at Great Show 1197, this is prime time and independent dingo. Listen, I sit in the studio with a great mind, a former mentor at well, listen, anytime you know, but when you know anything with Marine and Marines, it's a good place, it's a great place to talk to. He has a show here every Tuesday at 5 o'clock. Maritime Matters. So if you're planning on buying a boat, or if your cousin believes he's a captain, listen, tell him tune in to Maritime Matters every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Guaranteed you learn something. That's how I'm tuning. Ain't too much talking. Just listen. You got a great mind. We're in England, BT. BT.
Been to England.
Yeah, before the break, we was talking about something about the port, ABD. You said you say something. Why? Like you said, go ahead, you lie.
No, I actually, you and I had this discussion a couple of times in the past. What I'm saying is when the government decided, because I just left...
No, clarify that now. When the government who did that was the F&M.
Yes,
right.
okay. So when the government...
When the F&M, right, did that.
They was the government of the day.
Right, I know, but see, when you say the government, some people who ain't fools and following and understand
my
that a
thing is
bad deal. Huh?
But they, well,
No, they think it's the PLP. No,
when the
not
FNM
the PLP
decided-
elects on the PLP. But when the FNM get elected, not because they're in opposition,
So-
give it to them.
so
They
when the
make plenty bad decisions against the
FNM
black poor people in this
decided-
country.
When the FNM decided they're gonna move those ports from downtown, right? Because of the congestion and all the rest of that, and they could bring everybody to Arawaki.
That was not a bad idea.
Wait, and the people who owned the ports at that time, they were making profits.
Right? But how many people who do APDs?
And I don't think, well, Tropical Shipping, Seaboard Marine, Betty K, these are the people who moved to Arawaki.
Right, but
Right?
but Betty K get their own dock. So that ain't really the people who
Betty K ain't get their own dock.
Betty K is tied up separate from APD.
No, that's part of APD.
I know, but they run a different operation.
But the only there was a reason why they built a warehouse for two entities, right? The two Bahamian entities. Because Tropical Shipping, Seaboard Marine, they wasn't gonna get that, right? They did it because they were Bahamian operations. So I don't think it was a bad idea because they Bahamian
No,
operations,
listen.
right?
Moving
So what
the
I'm
dealers
saying
of
is
Bay
they
Street was a
moved.
good idea.
Right.
That was a good idea.
Right.
I just
So to
give the
get me
FNM
who's
one
Tropical
out
Shipping.
of 500. Good idea. That's a good idea.
But to get me, who's Tropical Shipping, I'm making $10 million a year, right? Profit. And you want me to now fall up and come and you controlling me.
But that's unconstitutional. Just these lawyers,
Maybe
majority of these lawyers in this
was.
country
But what I'm
lazy
saying is,
and worthless.
you have to offer me something for me to want to move.
But they ain't
Because it
offer-
can't be fair for you to tell me I have to move my operation, although I'm making a profit, and you ain't guaranteeing me nothing.
Why you think Pioneer ain't make it?
No, Pioneer wasn't doing nothing much. They had been boat come with once or twice a week. Pioneer was failing. They wasn't making no profit. Right? Seaboard Marine decided, you're going to take charge of the operation. We can get out of the country. You notice they didn't go.
Yeah, because they
Right?
come by shipping and shipping.
But what I'm saying is they were offered the same thing. Right? So the fact that these guys were offered this guarantee, we got to bear in mind that they were closing shop from making a big profit. So you can't want them to do that for nothing. So when you keep saying that, I am looking at it from a business perspective.
Hold on now. I keep saying it.
When you
Hold
keep
on.
saying that,
Hold on,
that they get all these guarantees.
You need
You gotta remember what they gave up.
You need to add on the extension of that.
But
But
you
I
gotta
keep, but I keep saying that what is correct,
Give me
the
what is
intention,
correct.
that's correct, that they get guaranteed 10%.
But shouldn't they get a guarantee?
They should, but you need to let the people know that. The
That they should get a guarantee?
No, that they should get, that they're getting a guarantee. That if the APD don't make that money,
But I don't think it's no secret.
you give me a copy. Let me see your copy of the agreement.
No.
That's it, right?
You know how many people who buy in there?
Not who buy. I want
my
no.
agreement.
Use it. What do you know secret?
What agreement? It ain't no secret that they get the guarantee. The people who
How is that no
the
secret?
people
Why
who-
we can't get a copy of the agreement?
I don't know. I don't know. Never no agreement.
So there had to be an agreement for people to put their $1 million.
But that was part of the initiative.
I know
that
what I'm
everything
saying.
is being done.
Do you have a copy of the agreement?
No, I don't.
Can you get a copy of the agreement?
I don't know. I never tried, but I
Try
don't know if I
get
get a
it.
copy.
Try get it. You
So
sit
what
back.
you
can
said
sit back.
the
What happens
agreement is not
You
available?
can sit back the third time, the third Thursday.
But
in
man,
July.
why
I want to know.
What I'm saying
I
is
try
whether it's in writing or not, right? I am saying to you
It's correct.
that as a business person,
That's a good decision.
I think if these fellas are going to be giving up what they have,
Right.
you need to entice them and give them some guarantees. That's all I'm saying.
No, but I'm not saying it's a bad idea. That's a good
What you
idea.
saying then?
No, I was saying to you, why is it secret, right? That the 21 families could get a guarantee of 10% of the own. And when the Free National Movement encouraged Bahamians to go run down and buy shares, they did the same thing.
But the Bahamian people wasn't losing nothing.
How you losing you put
They
their money
didn't
there?
have no part where they're making money. They didn't have to give up nothing.
You still ain't listening to what I said. So why
I'm listening to what you
why
said,
the 20%?
but I am saying-
Why the 20% of you while you just take the 40%?
I think it value the same.
Hey, man, you saying
though.
people by pay
You saying it though.
Oh, okay.
Right? But if you talk to real accountant and find out what's the difference between preferred shares and ordinary shares and see if the payment is different.
The payment
I
is
don't know.
different.
Well, I was told that it ain't.
Listen, listen to me.
I know.
Hey, man.
I'm
Yes.
arguing. You better go on
But
deep and
no,
research. I don't know.
deeper, not only deeper. Maths and numbers don't lie.
So
If you get 10% on $100 million, how much that is a year?
10% on $1 million, that's
Yeah.
$100,000.
A year.
Yeah.
10% on that's 120,000, eh?
No, you said 10%.
Oh, a million. Right, that's $100,000. Now
Yeah.
watch this. If you get 10% on $3,500 shares, how much that is a year?
35,000.
No. 30, you buy $3,500 worth of shares. What is 10% of that?
$3,500. $300.
$50.
Yeah, $350.
So why you getting $87? If your shares is guaranteed 10% like the 40% shares.
What you
See,
mean?
numbers don't like, huh?
So you don't think they was making more than 10% profit?
You
That's what you
can't.
suggested?
From $350 to $89 times 10%.
Oh, well, I don't know what they were.
I'm just trying to. No, I want you to know that. I'm trying to tell you if the numbers, if the numbers don't add up,
Right.
where you getting $350, that means you ain't getting 10%. Is that correct?
No, but what I'm saying to you, I understand. But that's correct as far as the math is concerned, right?
Oh, yeah.
But what I'm saying to you, Marlon, and I.
But I can tell you-
expert on this area, right? What I'm saying to you is the 100% shares was divided. And you could check the records to confirm this, and you could come back next week and tell me, yeah, you was right? Was 40% for the government, 40% for those 20 families or groups or whoever they were who had
21
interest,
families.
who had all the interest in shipping.
No. Let me correct you.
They're the ones
There's
who-
only 4 or 5 companies who's in shipping. So 21 is some other people too who get shares in companies and they can put their do. They get the million or that guarantee 10%.
So
don't
they were
just
not-
say that.
They were not all linked to bringing import.
No, sir.
Bringing
There's only
ships in.
5 shipping companies down. Seaboard gone.
Yeah, but those 5.
I give
shipping
you it now.
companies-
Pioneer, John Alfred Dog.
I know.
Betty K. And Betty K ain't even part of that because Betty K got their own thing then, but they own the house and everything.
No. They part of that. They ain't own that. Trust me. They rent like everybody else.
Now watch. Okay, just say you right.
That's the guy they renting
Just
a
say
space
you right.
there. Tropical renting a space at Gladson's Freight Terminal.
Watch this.
So they only get
I can
there
tell you
for the
this.
dock.
All right, so then, all right, let's just say you right. Betty K,
Yeah.
Pioneer ain't gone.
No. but-
Seaboard ain't gone.
Seaboard ain't
So only Betty K and Tropical.
No, but you had Arawak Stevedore.
No, but Stevie Dorney and shipping company.
Arawak Stevedore and Company. They're the ones who was operating at Arawak Key before this happened.
Right.
Tennyson them.
Yeah, but I know, but he's operating. Yeah, I
They were coming
understand.
Crowley and them.
I
They was
they
companies.
bring my voice
But
back.
all of them still involved.
Listen to me. All right.
All of them
Squally,
part of this.
watch this now. We talking about who come from Bay Street, you know. Tennyson Ransom was ever there. Because Tennyson Ransom was trying, even
They
trying
were
to.
ever there, but they're part of the new facility.
I know, but you understand what I'm
Right?
saying. No, but me you was talking
and
about.
let me take it a step further.
Yeah.
And God bless Tennyson's soul. He was a very good mentor for me. Right? I understand, and I giving you what I understand. I could be wrong. That there was Mr. Wells, Mr. Tippy Lightburn, Mr. Johnson. So each of them from Arawak Stevedore was counted as one of those families. So although Arawak Stevedore was only one company, you had a couple of different owners in there who was getting this individually.
Watch this now.
So that's why I'm saying to you, most of those people were involved in the shipping industry.
All right, yeah, but listen what I said to you. Only 2 shipping companies come from Bay Street.
Yeah, but those shipping companies had different entities owning it.
I hear you,
One
you know,
family
I-
didn't own the whole thing.
I hear you.
So
But I'm
that's where
saying
the families come from.
only 2 shipping come from Bay Street.
Yes, only 2.
And only 21 families are part of the elite.
But the 21 families is between the 3 of them, Arawak Stevedore, Betty K, and Tropical Shipping. That's where now you have some families like who own ships that were bringing things in. Like for example, the mailboat company.
But the mailboat
They got
company,
their share too.
yeah, but the mailboat company.
No, but I'm saying,
had the hardest,
I am saying
they
to
had
you.
the hardest, based on my understanding, the hardest time of their life.
I am only giving
They
you
built
an
that
example.
building right there in the back of McDonald's on Thompson Boulevard
Yeah, I know all about that.
All right then.
I know all about that.
Because they black.
But I'm still
Taylor them
saying,
black.
but I'm still saying they was one of the families. That's
Right.
all I'm saying.
Right.
I said they didn't catch hell otherwise.
Yeah.
Right? But they were given the opportunity to be one of those families.
Right.
So
Now
all
watch
of
it.
them are not white.
You're right. All the way white.
The families that got
I never
the
said
40%.
I never said the families was white. I never said that.
Okay, but
I said elite people who put $1
all
million.
of them were not elite people.
So I mean elite.
The mailboat was elite.
Why you
The
say,
mailboat
why
family.
then? I never said that. Why?
So that means
Why?
it was elite.
Why? When it was announced that only 21 families put $1 million.
Right.
Why everybody who could find $1 million couldn't get a piece of that?
Because everybody that wasn't losing out on the fact that they closing shop of these families, but they was
You
doing
honestly
profit out.
believe right now, tonight,
Yeah.
and you ain't calling no names. That only them families get shares, yeah?
I don't know.
You don't believe that some politicians...
I only know what
You
I
don't
was
believe
advised.
that some politicians got one of them share, or 3 or 4 of them shares that they get down
Politicians got everything. We know that.
It's no further
But I ain't
questions.
trying to hit that.
No further questions.
No further questions, sir.
326-8255. Man, look here. You only want to talk politics. We talking about the Marine. You ain't got no boat. You don't fishing it. I leave people on the line last week. And that is so all called today. Because we talking about maritime. We talking about port. They ain't got no boat. They scared. It's seasick.
They say we too technical for them. Man.
No, I believe if he's talking politics, right? If he's talking about the plane, the King Air, right? Mike Board will be in like right now. Then we have with the King.
You know we like Yapsy.
And guys, we can blame it on the dead. We can blame it on Ivan Johnson, the punch.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah.
got to blame it
God
for
bless
train.
us. God bless us.
Gossip. They just love gossip.
Oh,
They can talk news, eh? And Kai, they done changed it from the yen and they changed it.
But we grow up like that. We men, they, us, all us.
Believe it or not.
And you like Jews too?
Me? Yeah. I know what movie.
I say.
The last time I been inside of the show,
Yeah.
Shirley Theater, that must be in 1999.
You ain't get time for that.
No,
You
I
like
forced. I
Gary
don't watch movie. If that was news, I'd stay awake the whole time.
You,
I love news.
what you think? But the big debate tonight.
Well, I hope Biden do well. And I know Democrat. I Republican, right?
You Republican?
Die-hard Republican.
Why you get Republican?
How?
Yeah, we ain't much black people as
listen.
Republican. Yeah, much Bahamians is no.
Hello. Listen.
You wasn't for Barack
Anytime
Obama.
you going with star, they drag queen, go to them, they church up, they reading book and things. Listen, I don't do nonsense. I don't do
Let's
nonsense.
get back to the
No,
Bahamas.
I can tell you. No, you bring it up, boy. Listen. 326, go ahead, you're live. Prime time with Independent Day. Go ahead.
Independent thinker, you're
Yes, sir.
live.
Yeah, go ahead.
I can't leave you hanging. Ain't nobody called you tonight.
No, they were talk politics, man. They were talking about the,
You know,
they were talking about the
I
King Air,
All right.
and they were talking
Hey, let
about
me
the
ask
stock.
you.
Some people still calling me about the stocks. All the information I gave them last week, they still calling me about the stock selling on NIB. I said, man, listen, half of them didn't want you all know. You all end up stumbling over this information by the PLB table in the house, right? And the PLB will make half of them look too bad. That's why they wouldn't tell you who buy the stocks.
If they saving some for later.
Oh, they said that later, but you should know you should be able to be
I should have
clear.
run your bullet now. You get beat like that. Hey, let me ask what was his rank, his retirement rank on the defense force?
Lieutenant Commander.
Lieutenant Commander. How could all that CO there, right? How to go to get in an accident?
How do boat get an accident?
Yeah.
No, man, that's an easy question. How do cars get an accident all them on the streets and corners?
Yeah, but this road, man, it's one road up, one road down.
So, hold on, so what is CS?
I'm going back to the see all of them.
The sea order when you traveling in the night and the person to the wheel might have gone downstairs to the bathroom to catch a leak and end up using the bathroom a little longer and they come upstairs. And two boats coincidentally crossing the same latitude and longitude at the same time, coincidentally. You can hit them, if one don't turn off.
Boy, but I don't know much about maritime, but I'm saying all that CO there, all that water around there.
Let's explain something real quick. All that water color. The thing is, on the sea they have something called rules of the road, right? If you have a ship that is on a steady bearing, and you're all decreasing range, you're all getting closer, but the bearing, in other words, if you see that ship on the left-hand side through your little window in your wheelhouse, and 10 minutes later they still right where they is, that means you're all on a collision, right? And you're supposed to take action to avoid that collision once you realize you're on a collision course. The ship on the port side supposed to be the stand-on ship. So the ship is on your starboard side. You're supposed to alter course and allow them to pass while they hold their course. They're the rules because ships are always on collision courses.
And the closest I ever got to running a boat, it was with a 78-foot whaler.
Okay.
And I was up in Black Point in the Exovers.
Mm-hmm.
And I know going around to the beach to play where they had the beach party.
Right.
When you go around, you go in. When you come in around, you go out.
Yeah, but that's
That's
not
all I
in
know.
that area.
Yeah, but tropic can
If
be
you-
there because they have a beach party, penny boats can be there. But
But small boats.
No, but
Small
there's
island.
after running off it. When you're going around, you go in. When you're coming back, you ride out. So you don't have no collectors. You have to go around like a curve, like.
Yeah.
So they set up that's prevention. They put a prevention course where everybody, if you go in this way, you go down, you stay out.
Yeah.
Come in this way, come in. Yeah, that, okay.
I know what good. I know that.
But are you aware that ships don't always have a coincidence like that where they hit? I mean, it's happened often, but it don't hardly happen because very rare you meet at the same place. Or you get hit with lightning. What's that?
But you take action to avoid collision before you get in that situation. That's what you're taught to do as a navigator.
If you go back and you follow the nose, they had a tanker, a yacht run into the tanker. You remember that?
The yacht sank the tanker.
The yacht sank the tanker, right?
Oh, that's up in Exuma somewhere.
And it's going in the same direction, but the yacht was on the same course. But this usually don't happen. The yacht was on the same course as the tanker, run up on the back of the tank and sink the tanker. People died. No one died.
No, nobody died.
Let me say something in closing about that collision where the three gentlemen were going up to Andres the other day.
But they were on the ground. They didn't.
Yeah, but Andres as well in east, west, north, or south. You
remember the other incident what happened where I think the people that who own Sandals, right, where their yacht was accused of running over a boat with fishing in with a
gentleman. Yeah, yes, sir.
Remember that? So that's why I'm trying to tell you, it don't happen often, right? And you will never know of persons who avoided different accident because they doing their due diligence and doing their work, right? And playing that because you have to change course and the rules of the road tell you if it's a sailboat. You give them the way, and if it's a cruise ship, you give them the give way. They try a tug and barge have rights to. So if you just a single hull by yourself, so different rules of the road will cause you change.
Independent.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you what I witnessed because I used to do a lot of excursions and stuff. I used to go on a lot of excursions and things. But what I used to witness, the captain pulled the boat out the harbor. Then he go gallivant.
Nobody can do that because you have a mate who's a captain also. Your mate's supposed to be a licensed captain. You're second in charge. So if something happened to you, someone got to carry the boat.
Yeah, but
a pilot, if you in a plane, right?
Yeah.
Don't mind once he's a pilot and he's second pilot.
That's a pilot too.
He's a pilot too.
The land the plane.
The mate never steer the boat.
Huh?
The captain and the mate are not the ones who steer the boat. The deck can't steer the boat. The captain and mate, they navigate to make sure, tell them what to steer. The captain and the mate ain't steer the boat.
Well, today they got GPS. I mean, autopilot too.
They got autopilots.
Autopilots
but the vessels that don't have no autopilots, the captain hardly ever steers. The mate hardly ever steers. The deckhands are the ones who steer.
Well, Larry Sherman is a steer. He's doing 3 hours watch. Let me pull off and Bimini Mark pull off.
Who they take the boat out there?
Huh?
The captain would bring the boat in and take the boat out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because we used to have that 3 hours. Wait. So if you ain't sleepy now, you'll take your 3 hours early while the sun out. You can stay awake easier when you stand up and spin the wheel. If the weather bad, that's a beating. But that 3 hours, it'd be like 4 days. That's how long the 3 hours feel. Because you done tired. You done left cement and block and them old gas tank all day. So you tired. And for you to go to the wheel and be responsible for people who on the boat and passengers and valuable stuff on the boat. But you tired because the businesses in the Bahamas, because of the limited amount of people, right? The business is so limited, so you can't hire special people just to watch, just stare at the boat, and then they that's their job. So you using the same people who doing all the labor work, and which is dangerous, right? But that's the nature of life.
They got whole watch later.
They got whole watch. Yeah, they got whole watch.
And you see that.
I can continue listening on the radio.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, caller.
Yeah, see, and that's what I brought out, and that was an easy conclusion.
Yeah.
The thing be tired. Only human.
Fatigue.
You fatigue and and a fella like me, right? A fella like me, no stop. I can work 24 hours. But don't let me stop working.
Yeah, because you're ready.
Couple minutes, I ready to crash. I ready to go sleep.
Absolutely.
You understand? Yeah. Don't let me eat one big plate of food. That voice.
Nigga right is kicking and that one over.
Nigga right is it. That's it. You look like a snake.
Absolutely.
Listen to me. Some things need to change, and shows like yours.
Yeah.
And sometimes mine, I don't want to talk maritime.
Yeah, but
like only when I bring you here, I talk maritime. Or something happen, or someone call and would like an explanation for something. That's what I talk. But I don't usually talk maritime because, but shows like yours could help encourage, and it's very educational to Bahamians who, because they run a little sports speedboat, they believe they scam, right? They can understand more things, right? And let them know that some of the safeties and rules and precautions that they can take to be safe on the sea, because some lives were lost. I know where I operate from down in Awaki, they have a little speedboat. Some young fellas who used to go, I see them all the time.
Fishing there, yeah, they go.
Let's be open all the fishing with little speedboat, right? With one little single engine on that. They going out, going out every day, catch fish, bring back set.
Yeah.
One day they going out, and they come back dark and fall. And they end up on top of the little key right out there by our key. Maybe he's got to go around and come out.
Right.
They end up, the whole boat end up on top of the rock. And because of the speed they're going with, one of the fellas who's on the bow, the force, the trigger force, throw him out the boat.
Yeah.
And he land on the rock and burst open.
Yeah.
Right? And they come that way all the time.
But it was
But
dark.
this time, in the night,
Yeah.
that's a different story. That's why I tell you.
Yeah.
True captains, their test is when dark fall.
Yeah, but you need to use your radar when dark falls.
But them little body, when they get there, no radar.
I don't.
Like I said,
Real boats, yeah.
yeah. But radar, radar.
Those
But
boats, you
don't
don't
forget
even
now.
have no navigation lights.
Now don't forget now, them Asian boat don't have no light. Them wooden boat.
No,
And
they're
the
not-
radar don't pick them up.
They're not trying to play by the rules.
No, what I'm saying is, no, when
The
you say
radar- the
when you
radar
say
is-
radar,
Yeah.
I'm saying to you that their boats loaded with 200 people on it.
Yeah.
And they no light, no running light, no port starboard light,
That's-
no running light.
That's why you
And
also
they-
need to keep a proper lookout. You have to have two people on the bridge.
Right.
One to be watching the radar and doing the charts, and the next one just a lookout.
To look out and watch the one who watching
And
the
a
radar.
lookout should see anything. That's what the rules of the road require.
Yeah.
But we don't practice those things. And a lot of people don't even know because there's no system in place to enforce them.
Right.
To cause that to happen.
Right.
And
And
that's when
but you know
the
it's
areas
hard to
find
find real seamen. When I say real seamen, I'm not talking about the seamen who come from LJM. I'm not talking about them type of seamen. I'm talking about seamen who old school, who could do bow tie bolting, who could plait the rope.
We
who could
got
do all
more dark rats. Back in the day we had dark rats because people ain't had no computer game. They sit in the room and play games, and we had all this money back then. So people used to come out on the dock to get a job, and they were interested in learning how to wake on a boat.
Well, I used to work with the fella who's running the sand business for Sir David Knowles. So see when the FNM win in '92, the PLP had the Great Lakes Cylinder Building had two boats that supplied about Nassau with sand.
Really?
Called the H.O. Ferguson and Ron J. Williams.
The port department boats.
That's why I say when I was a pilling, when I say pilling, I mean his government.
Yeah. But we can call it right.
Yeah.
It was the port department had two boats.
Which
government was
showed
responsible.
the vision of the late Great Cylinder Building.
But the only way you could get
After the FNM win in '92,
is through Malcolm.
after the '92, the boat one end up. H.O. Ferguson end up to Sir David Knowles after the Free National Movement win.
Yeah, because they outsourced.
And Sir David Knowles started bringing in the sand on Malcolm Bar.
Right.
I was working for Pinder, the harbor pilot who's running it for Sir David Knowles.
Chris Pinder, right.
Right? And they have a fella there, Takes Island fella, who I meet on the boat weekend.
Okay.
Listen, that fella could do. I watch him. He was old, he had wear these heavy boots.
Get on the boat.
Water boots. No, I never on the boat. Never on the boat.
But he's-
He'll stay up, but he gotta do the cable, he gotta do the rope, he can pull back the
Oh,
rope.
he was a seaman. He was the backup.
He's a very talented fella. He can do
And hard,
everything.
and
he
hard
can.
working.
And every morning he did 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Right? Every morning they 4 o'clock. We had one. Security wasn't reliable. Who's to watch the boat? Because fellas, he had a table where he's sleeping. 326 8255 326 8255 final 2 minutes of show. I'll give you the final word in reference to encouraging the government to bring the BMA home. Put a very careful thought into LJM school, the Maritime School on Coral World, where we have a Y2 foundation. The 2% of the net profit on Prince George Dock, plus the 2% what the former Prime Minister, Right Honorable Perry Gladstone Christie, Honorable Perry Gladstone Christie, created between cable and wireless and the people. That's 4%. Millions of dollars. Yeah. Offer each school as much scholarship to go there. We don't need to create where money comes to the treasury again.
No, but you know, right? they have a lot of scholarships now. Disney Cruise Lines give a lot of scholarships to LJM. Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines give scholarships to LJM. They're actually getting a lot of scholarships now. So, and that's the reason why a lot of our Bahamians are finding berths as officers on Disney ships and on RCC, mainly RCCL ships. Carnival ain't much our people is going Carnival because Carnival don't do no sponsorship for that.
No. Prime Diamond Independent, go ahead, call you live. This is the last call.
You're live. Two of y'all South Andrews guys, man. You know, hey, guess what? I only caught you on the tip. But guess what? Guys sound good together. You know what I mean? You gotta do more of this stuff together. Two of y'all, Marlon and Mr. Ben. What happened? Why y'all ain't doing it together sometime?
No, hey, Paul, I don't know this man grow me up, so I don't know what's gonna show them.
He's all I got. We gotta tackle these problems. We got plenty problems going on. The main part is all them boats and things need to be moved. All kind of maritime stuff going on. And guess what I'm glad about the maritime thing? All the maritime money to be made right now could be Bahamians alone.
Man, the sea is the richest wealth in the world, boy. The sea, plenty wealth in the seaside.
Plenty resource.
Yeah, and Marlon, hey, listen, man, I need to come now so we with y'all too. You know what I mean? One between the other. One day with you and one day with Ben.
Man, anytime when you come now, so you know, the only time before I see you, I had to come free board. So you need to come this way.
Don't worry, he only out.
He said you ain't coming, Google Mason.
King Ada ain't coming on. He won't make an answer. Trust me.
He received that name. I had a show with some talented brothers, right? And one was dad, Sergeant Main Role was on my show.
Okay. You know
Sergeant
Main Role?
What? Boy, the only boys that was close to me and Main Role was me and you.
That's like Zoma, man.
That's boy. Lord Roll's son.
He's a good family, yeah.
He's a good fella, but he get killed.
Shot, yeah.
Listen. Boy, listen, I know what. Boy, my family dead, I feel that.
I didn't even know you know him.
What?
Yeah.
Man, listen, he's a good fella.
Good man, yeah.
Listen to me. Main Roll, Frankie Campbell, former Mama Parliament.
Yeah, Mama Parliament.
What the next guy name? Alacup.
Yeah.
Mario Carey. They was on my show.
All them on that?
Yeah. There's a lodge. I had a lodge fella. They was trying to sign me up while I was on last night. Right? And this guy called.
Yeah.
That's where he get his Google name from. He said he said, oh yeah, you all lodge people, you all got a secret to life and you all wouldn't give to the people and he said, okay, these are the fellas started to say, man, who those fellas? Right? And so one of the guys said, man, you sound like you know some things yourself. He said, man,
he's trying to do the Lord.
Listen, so he said, I Google everything. So Lord rolled back to Lord and said, oh, I understand. You was a Google Mason then.
Oh, that's why you call him Google Mason.
That's why they get that name of the Google Mason.
Right.
Yeah, and that's some years ago. Lord rolled me in there now, I must see what, 6, 7 years, 8 years, 9 years. Yeah, that's where you get a name from Google Mason.
Pay homage to Sarah Moxie.
Yeah, Sarah Moxie. Sarah Moxie, yeah. So you're right. And I just talked to Kevin Moxie before I come to the show.
That's right.
I just talked to Kevin Moxie, and he told me that the funeral is, I think, 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock Saturday.
At Salem Baptist Church off East Street.
Yeah.
I tell you, I just
I'm
talked
not
to
going to
him.
be in town, but I really would wish I was here for that. You know?
Yeah, Sarah Moxie was a great being.
Good man.
He's a great
man.
man.
Them two brothers.
Yeah, he's a good being.
And
that's some of the last Bahamians era.
Yeah,
you had
old school era.
Old school era. I don't know. They used to be wearing with Poison Moxie used to be wearing with no GPS in it.
And then you have the young from the young order, Michael Hall died.
Michael Hall.
You know, he's the agent. He was the biggest agent. He bringing all the tankers out Clifton Pier.
Michael Hall died.
Yeah, Michael Hall died.
Yeah, but that's the same one who had was in business with Pinder and Curlin.
There you go.
He died.
Yes, died 2 weeks ago.
That's the one who they find in the house.
Well, I don't know if they find. I don't know the details, but I understand Mike is passed on.
Yeah, because someone called me and asked me.
Continue rest in peace.
Yeah.
We always losing people in the maritime, you know, giants.
And he was, he's a quiet fella.
Very quiet.
Sarah Moxie was quiet fella. I don't he'd be zadly missing.
Yeah,
he's a good man. He's a great man. Yeah.
So
we flat over time. Man, you're 2 minutes over time. So I give you last say before I wrap up.
No, I'd just like to see, like you say, the government take charge of BMA, really take a hold of it, and cause BMA to do things to ensure that the youth in the Bahamas get the opportunity they're supposed to get. Not only through that maritime school, but as far as getting berths on those,
Let's create
those
a
1,500 ships under the BMA, under the Bahamas flag. We need to shake hands with those owners, the BMA, and we have affiliation
and
with
we
them
can,
already.
listen, and not only
That's
that,
an easy fix.
not only that, we can even find out if they need specialty, offer it.
Yes.
You say, well, my ship require you to do, then make sure that every student come who do CPA, CPR, who do firefighting, who do whatever is needed.
Look at Grand Bahama Shipyard.
Infuse it into the curriculum so that, listen, ships from all around the world come to tell them, man, send me 10 of them, send me 150 of them. So, I mean, Bahamians need the door to be open for opportunities for them.
Grand Bahama Shipyard was here for over 20 years.
Grand Bahama Shipyard.
And they still bringing in a lot of fitters, welders.
They bringing them in
Right.
because we not using. See,
No, we're not training up Bahamians.
They
to
training
take over.
Bahamians.
Who training them?
from Finland, but that school up there, BVI, I did welding at B.
No.
Listen,
Welding and fitness, 2 different things.
no, I understand. You said I know you going
I
to
talk
civic
about
thing.
fitters.
I hear you.
And not only you need fitters that are class approved. Because you can't just go and wake on a ship.
No, I understand what you're saying,
Right?
but I'm saying
But
you
we need to set something up toward
a
that.
system that fitters could learn under.
Exactly.
It's there.
Right.
BTVI is there. Finland, but the Great Lakes
No,
is
but
there.
that was
But a long time.
welders and fitters are 2 different
You
things.
still ain't listen what I'm
They
saying. I'm
they're
not saying
they
that.
don't train nobody to be fitters as well.
I know. I'm not worried about that. I'm saying a system is there where a fitter class can be set up there.
No, but that could be
BTVI
done.
is there.
That could be done right here at LJM.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the institute. That's where they train them in Philippines at the Maritime Institution.
See, I'll give you this before I close. The mindset need to change in this country. When I say that, somebody
that's
say,
the biggest
oh, you're
part of
going
our
to what?
problem.
The mindset need to change. Let me tell you why. I'll give you a history what happened during the assembly when the Free National Movement was in power between 2007 and 2012. The Minister of Immigration at the time was bragging in the House Assembly that the government made some $40 million in work permit.
Oh yeah, that's a problem.
When you get behemoth unemployment rate,
Skyline.
and you bragging on when you make by gaining over with the foreigners, and the policy, immigration policy, is now enforced where the foreigner only get away for 2 years, train the behemoth, and he gotta go back. That will never happen. It's like we just don't care for you. We want to bring foreigners in, let them work, make money, and then we worry with them we worry with the behemoth, bring it in your house, trying to survive too. It don't make no sense. It don't work like
trying to
that.
make provision for them to
For
be
them being-
or for them to even be trained up in that area.
Right. When you train a behemoth and he's capable and able and knowledgeable to do that job, he could make this. If he could make that same salary you paying a foreigner, you pay every work with $10,000, right? You pay every house and board. You pay every family. Pay every ticket to come and go. If you add all that in the behemoth salary, you think you ain't gonna wait for that? But you gonna give behemoth $240, right? Salary. And expect him to survive and live while the foreigner getting come on, out waiting for the foreigners to get $5,000 a month, right?
Yeah, but even if the foreigner, because where these foreigners come from, the amount of money they make is a lot of money in their country, whereas it's only a nickel and dime in the Bahamas. So you're already at a disadvantage.
No, yeah, but they paying them big money.
They pay.
I tell you, one of the companies I work for when I first started, the white foreigners who come from England to get $5,000 a month. That's their salary. They get a vehicle, they get gas, they get an apartment, all this the company pay for.
Yeah, but look at for example all the maids in life at key in areas like that, right? Coming in from the Philippines and other parts of the world. They're not making no big money, but why aren't Bahamians doing those jobs?
No, well, the maid thing could be little change.
How?
Because
Why can't Bahamians do those maid jobs?
no, I'm not saying
Or
Bahamians
train
can't.
them up to be able to do it professionally.
Let's tell you, I come back and you see the producer doing a hand, you know what I mean?
Well, you getting
we all
rolled.
over the time. Get ready.
That's
This is Prime Time with Independent Thinker live on Love 97. My special guest tonight was former Lieutenant Commander Glenn Bain from Royal Bahamas Defense Force. We're talking some maritime. We're supposed to talk some politics, but we never reached here because the maritime industry is a vast, one of the largest industry in any country. And we, but if you interested in it and you like the conversation with the maritime, I'm gonna have him back. Plus, he always on every Tuesday night, every Tuesday at 5 o'clock in the evening. Yeah, his show is live on the same station, 5 p.m. every Tuesday evening. You can tune in to Maritime Matters. Former Lieutenant Commander Ben Bain. You can tune in him. Tonight our show, our banner sponsor, the City of Hope. That's the cancer research group from the Americas. Nagico Insurance, that's on Mackey Street, one of the fastest growing insurance company in the history of this country. Nagico, that's on Mackey Street, right after you pass the Salvation Army building. Global Insurance, that's Teen and Crew. They are a subsidiary or underwriter for Nagico. They are outside Newport. If you need any residential, industrial, commercial, family insurance, personal insurance, health insurance, whatever your insurance need, Global Insurance. And if you want to reach them by phone tomorrow, 601-0006, 601-0006. That's Global Insurance. Benton Barbershop on Infamy Road, right opposite the Magistrate Court on Astor Street. Go and get the perfect cut, some event, or just want to look sharp, or you want a different look. Go and ask for Benton. Once he cuts you, let him know that you heard his ad on Prime Time with Independent. Julie's Bread Shop. The bread from the pan to your hand. There's no bread that ship on no boat. It's baked, freshly baked, right on East Street. You can follow the scent and guide you straight to the window or the door. Julie's Bread Shop on East Street. Tonight, boy, I just want to talk some politics and do up the budget debate, but I ain't got a chance to do the budget debate right here in my hand. I ain't got a chance to touch it. Well, you know, some of the information and knowledge that former Lieutenant Commander Glenn Bean has, he had a chance to down that road, but I can bring him back because he comes whenever the opportunity, because he loved giving imparting knowledge. He loved to bring people to get what is needed here in reference to Maritime Matters. So if you need to find out some other, or want to ask him some more questions or whatever, tune in every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Maritime Matters with former Lieutenant Glenn Bean, 5 p.m. Love Nights, I'm right here every Tuesday, 5 p.m. This is being Prime Time Independent. I'll leave you with a quote from the Great Lakes and Oscar Pillay. If Bahamians aren't prepared to stand up and fight and defend their own Bahamas, then they don't deserve to have it. Good night, Bahamas.
Even if your hands are shaking and your faith is broken,